You're at the supermarket checkout. The screen flashes $148.12. You tap your card, grab your bags, and suddenly remember you forgot to scan your rewards app. You could have saved $2.20. And for the rest of the drive home, that tiny number keeps replaying in your head. You feel annoyed, almost guilty. Yet, sitting outside your house is a vehicle with a $700 monthly payment you struggle to cover. Inside is a home that stretches your budget so tight that one unexpected bill could knock everything over. But what bothers you most is the $2. That's not financial discipline. That's cheap thinking, and it's silently destroying your wealth. This isn't another talk about skipping coffee or clipping coupons. This is about the mental pattern that keeps people poor while making them feel responsible. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Cheapness comes from fear. Wealth comes from strategy. Until you switch frameworks, no amount of budgeting will save you. Let me show you what I mean. You're driving through town and spot two gas stations. One charges $3.95 per gallon. Another across town advertises $3.85. You decide to drive 15 minutes to get the cheaper price. Sounds smart, right? Now, let's calculate it. Your tank holds 14 gallons. You saved 10 cents per gallon. That's $1.40 saved. But you drove 30 minutes round trip. You burned nearly a gallon of fuel doing it, costing about $3.85. You paid extra money to save money. And that's not counting your time. If you earn $25 per hour, you just burned $12.50 of time value. So your $1.40 win actually cost you over $16. Yet emotionally, you felt proud. That's why cheap thinking is psychological, not mathematical. A cheap mindset asks, how little can I spend? A wealthy mindset asks, what do I gain from this? Money isn't a scoreboard to protect. It's a tool to produce outcomes. Think about a $50 networking event. Cheap thinking sees wasted cash and awkward conversations. Strategic thinking sees leverage. One useful contact could lead to a new job, a client, or a business opportunity worth tens of thousands of dollars. You're not paying for snacks, you're buying access. But here's the foundation that makes this shift possible: financial safety. When you have emergency savings, even 3 months of expenses, your brain stops panicking. You stop treating every purchase like a threat. Fear disappears, strategy appears. Now let's talk about the obsession everyone loves: coffee. People say skipping your daily latte will make you rich. Yes, cutting a $5 coffee saves about $1,800 a year. But let's be real, that's not wealth. Meanwhile, the same person stressing over coffee is driving a $50,000 car, paying massive insurance, and living in a home that's $400 too expensive every month. They fight over cereal prices while ignoring giant financial leaks. That's the real trap. You focus on pennies while thousands slip through the cracks. And there's another hidden cost: mental exhaustion. Every tiny price comparison drains your focus. Your brain only has so much decision power each day. When you waste it on paper towel math, you have none left to negotiate salary, start side projects, or learn income-producing skills. Here's a simple rule. If something costs under $20 and you have savings, stop overthinking it. Save your energy for decisions that actually shape your future: your car, your housing, your career, your investments. Now let's go deeper. Cheap thinking is fueled by scarcity mindset. It's the belief that there will never be enough money, opportunities, or time. So every dollar spent feels like permanent loss. That's why people avoid spending $1,000 on education that could raise their income by $15,000. They protect small money and sacrifice big growth. People with abundance thinking see money as seeds, not treasures to hide. They plant it to grow returns. The words you use reveal your mindset. Cheap language says, "I can't afford it." Strategic language says I'm choosing not to prioritize that right now. Same action, different identity. Now here's the most expensive version of being cheap, refusing to invest in yourself. Someone avoids a $500 course and stays stuck earning $45,000. Another takes it and builds a skill that pays $80 per hour. 5 years later, the gap is massive. Health works the same way. Skipping a $150 dentist visit turns into a $4,000 implant. Cheap decisions don't save money, they delay expensive consequences. Strategic thinkers ask, what will this cost me if I don't act? That's where real value appears. Return on investment isn't just for stocks. When you buy something, you're trading money for time, efficiency, comfort, earning power. A cheap laptop costs less upfront, but steals hours of productivity and dies early. A better one pays for itself through speed and reliability. This isn't about reckless spending, it's about value-based spending. You still budget, you still control lifestyle inflation, but you stop being penny smart and life stupid. And here's something most people ignore: relationships. Being cheap socially damages your future. Bad tipping, never contributing, always splitting to the exact cent. You think you're saving money, but you're destroying trust and reputation. Opportunities disappear quietly. Strategic generosity builds social capital. People remember how you made them feel, and that memory often pays back more than any coupon ever will. Finally, this is an identity issue. Cheapness isn't behavior, it's self-image. Every time you say, I can't afford that, you reinforce limitation. Every time you say, I choose where my money goes, you reinforce control. Your brain adapts to the story you tell it. So here's your action step. Review your last 3 months of spending. Find where you're obsessing over small costs while ignoring major leaks. Then make one change. Stop fighting over $10 purchases. Start building systems that create $1,000 opportunities. You cannot shrink your way into wealth. You grow into it. Stop defending pennies. Start building leverage. That's the difference between being cheap and becoming wealthy.